Hi guys, welcome back. Well, I just thought I'd show you this. It might be some interest to somebody. My dad made this. He only ever worked at two places in his life. He started off at Platts in Oldham as a bench joiner, and Platts were well known for making machinery for cotton spinning, exported all over the world. My uncle, my dad's brother, was a sales rep, travelled all over the world promoting British products, and my dad, his brother, as I said, was a joiner. He only ever worked at two places. One was Platts in Oldham, and then as Platts were dying down, he worked at a firm called Mather & Platts in Manchester as a maintenance joiner. Now they were big for making fire extinguishing equipment, and my dad was a maintenance joiner there, so he had access to all over the machinery shops. And anyway, that's another story. I just thought I'd show you this, guys. Now this is I believe is a piece of Ligden vitae, and my dad had carved this out into this duck shape. If you know anything about Ligden vitae, it's extremely hard. You cannot knock a nail into this. It will split rather than giving way for the nail. You can drill it and screw it, but you cannot knock a nail into it. And I believe it doesn't float in water. It's that heavy. Now, does that show up on the camera? It's carved this out into this duck shape, and I've no idea what tools is used. I don't think an ordinary wood chisel would touch this. Possibly done it on a belt sander, or I've no idea what he's made that on. So, but you can see the end grain. Probably doesn't show up very well with it being such dark wood, but it's extremely heavy, and I just thought I'd show you that, guys. It might be some interest to you. Now this piece of wood, this piece of mahogany, again my dad had picked this up on his travels. When he died and we cleared his house out, when I went up into the loft, it was just unbelievable the amount of quality timber that had been stored up there, all dry as a bone. But just look at the size of that piece of mahogany. I should say it's 2 inches thick. Now this was a massive piece, and over the years I've cut it down and made 2 or 3 guitars out of some of it, and this is the last of what I've got left of it. Now just imagine the size of the tree that came from. As I said, I've probably already used 2/3 of it. It could be 1,000 years old, that tree, when it was started to grow. I've no idea. Anyway, this is the last I've got of it. I've got some small offcuts and pieces that I've been using, but they just don't make wood like that anymore. Well, what I've decided to do, I've made a start on some of the automatons that I wanted to make, and up to now they've been mainly wood, a bit rough and ready, just as a practice. Now I'd like to get into something a little more complicated and a bit classier. So I've ordered some brass rod and some brass plate off eBay. That'll probably come in a couple of days. But the item that I want to make, I want it to sit on a nice plinth, probably a round. I was thinking of oval, but I'll probably do it round, and I thought this would be an ideal piece to make use of it. And I'm going to mark a circle out on it. I'll probably still have a decent piece left, so I'm going to mark a circle out as big as I can get from this side. I've not got any measurements here, guys. I'm just trying to make full use of the wood. It's not critical what size the base will be. I'll just make the automaton to suit the base. And this isn't going to be my own design, it's something I've pinched off the internet. You can buy the finished article ready built. I don't think it's in a kit form, I'm not sure. Maybe in a kit form, but you can buy it ready built, and it's £900 to buy. So I think the brass that I've ordered comes to about 30 quid, so up to now we're on the right side. Right guys, no idea what size that is. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's just under 800 millimeters, so not much left now guys, but I think I'll be able to make something out of it yet. What a gorgeous piece of wood that is. And with it being so thick this guys, I'm not going to try and cut that curve out on the bandsaw. I'm just going to be happy taking the corner off. Alright guys, I've got the four corners cut off. I wish I had a lot more of this. Very expensive now, timber. Doesn't grow on trees, you know. Right guys, I think I shall put that on the lathe now and true that up. Backside's a bit tatty, but there's plenty of depth for what I need. I've now got to decide how I'm going to mount this in the lathe guys, so I've got some options. I don't know seen any of my previous videos, I made these back plates to fit on the lathe. So I've got an option. I could hot glue that one and then put 2 screws through in the centre. The centre of this eventually will be cut out for the mechanism that I'm going to build, so it doesn't matter if I drill 2 holes in the centre of that, those will be cut out anyway. So that's one option, hot glue that and put 2 screws through. And I've got this larger back plate that I could put more screws through there, but I think that might be a bit wide. I don't think I'll be cutting that much out of the centre. What I'm leaning towards is putting the woodchuck on and turning this down so it fits into the centre of the 4 jaws, and then screwing that onto the main piece. I think that might be the most secure option. It's quite a big heavy chunk to be spinning round, so I think I'm going to go with that option. Turn this down so it fits in the chuck and then screw it onto the mahogany. I'll turn that block down and this will fit onto the inside of the 4 jaws now. I'll fasten this screw and glue this side onto the mahogany. That will fit into there, and then I can put 4, once I've tightened the jaws up, I can put 4 screws through these holes, and I think that will give me the most secure grip on it then. Well, earlier guys, I think when I had the piece of mahogany on the bandsaw, I think I mentioned that it's going to be about 800mm. Well, obviously that's not right. I'm getting my metric mixed up with imperial. What I meant to say is about 8 inches, so it's just under at the moment, and I've made a start on cleaning it up. There's still 1 or 2 flat surfaces, so it's probably go down about another 1/4 of an inch yet, so we'd probably end up about 7.5 inches, but as I said earlier, it's not critical. I'm going to make the automaton to suit the base. When I said it was 800mm, it was wishful thinking. I wish I had 800mm left of it, but yeah, I've made a start cleaning the outer edge up. I've been using if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know I've been making some wood turning chisels out of files and bits of material I'd left around. Anyway, I bought some of these carbide inserts for wood turning. They come in, I think there's 6 in a pack. 2 circular, 2 square and 2 diamond shape. I've only mounted 1 at the moment on this piece of square bar that I had lying around. There are 4mm thread on the screw, and It's a very hard piece of timber this, so I thought it'd be a good test for them just to see how they hold up. And I'm using the circular one, and up to now they seem to be doing okay. The beauty of the circular one is obviously once one edge starts to dull down, just loosen the screw and turn it round. All I've done is ground enough clearance on the bottom to match the chamfer on the insert itself. So I've got a touch more to take off the outer edge, and then I'm going to move the rest round. And this is the worst space of the timber. The back's pretty good. So I've mounted that piece of timber you saw me sticking onto the back of this. I've mounted that into the forward yaw chuck, and I've put some screws through those holes that you saw. So it's holding up pretty well at the moment. Just one or two flat spots left yet. I think that's good now. good learning curve for me, this, guys. Up to now I've been doing most of the wood turning on the progress lathe, on the metal lathe, and with the cutting tool being on the cross slide, it's a lot more controllable. This is there's a lot more skill involved when you're doing it by hand. Still got a big gouge out of it there, but it's starting to clean up. Yeah, with interrupted cuts you're far more likely to get a catch. I think a bit easier once I get this big chunk down to one level. Well guys, I've chickened out. I was facing this piece down and I got two massive catches. And I don't mind admitting it scared the life out of me, and I'd hate to ruin this gorgeous piece. So what I've done, I've still got the wood chuck mounted, and I've took it off the wood lathe and I've put it into the 3-jaw chuck, and I'm going to use the cross slide to pace it down. I've already taken one pass, but it'll be far more controllable. Yeah, with the interrupted cut, there's a greater chance of getting a catch. I don't know whether I've been using the wrong tool for it or it's just lack of experience. But as I said, I'd hate to ruin this piece, so I think a lot more practice is needed on some scraps before I go any further with some decent stuff. So I'm going to take this down with a cross slide till I get below that interrupted piece, and I think we'll carry on from there then. Well, I've just come up with an excuse, guys. If you've got the machine, why not use it? Well, since I've started doing the wood turning, guys, I've saved the wipe a fortune. Everybody's having a ball for Christmas. Those circular blocks you saw me cutting at the beginning of this video, guys, I've got 2 of those. This is going to be a drive mechanism. I need to drill 12 equally spaced holes in the circumference on both of these, so I've got the first one set up. I'm just going to drill one block first of all, and then I'll just transfer the 12 holes through to the second block without mounting it onto the dividing head. I think that'll be accurate enough. So I need 12 holes now around the circumference of this one. I've got the 12 holes now marked out, guys. I'm just going to put this in the drill press, put a 8mm drill through them to accept this dowel bar. That'll form the 12 teeth then, and then I'm just going to transfer the holes through onto this second one. Where these will work, one will be horizontal and one vertical, and the 12 teeth will drive each other. I wonder if there's anything worth watching on the telly over Christmas. Christmas Day. Repeat, repeat, shite, shite, repeat, repeat, shite, shite, BBC 2, repeat, repeat, Morecambe and Wise from 1971. Repeat, shite, shite. Ah, The Snowman for the 700th time. Britain's favourite party songs. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Well guys, I can think of a better alternative. Here's some channels worth watching, guys, on the handbag and shoe board. Got 3 new additions there on the bottom. First one, the Tilly's in a Bottle. I'm afraid I don't know the gentleman's first name. He's over in the States. And then we've got Nigel Harding. I believe he's in the UK. And then over in Australia we've got John Creasy. All 3 there with some excellent channels. In fact, all of those people on that board. Far better watching that than the crap that's on the telly over Christmas. Now, don't forget guys, if you'd like your channel name on the board, just let me know in the comments. Okay, let's turn the lights on. Okay guys, if that doesn't put you in a festive spirit, I don't know what will. Just before I go guys, I've been thinking why I've been getting catches when I was turning the large piece of mahogany down. And I've been looking at the chisels that I've been using. This is the one that I used with the carbide insert on. And I think the reason I was getting those big catches was, basically, this is a scraping tool. With the geometry of the insert, when it's fastened onto the handle, it's only classed as a scraping tool. Whereas a spindle gouge is more of a chisel. So when it's hitting the interrupted cuts, it's actually chiseling the high points off, whereas the scraper is basically just scraping them off. And when it hits the high points, I believe it's digging in farther than the chisel would do. And I think that's the reason why I was getting those big catches. I may be wrong, but I spent 3 hours thinking about that, so I'm up on right. Well guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. More videos coming very soon.